Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let us know who is with us live. I still don't see that we are live, so we have to be patient a little bit because Facebook is changing its algorithm, and sometimes it takes up to 1 to 3 minutes, and sometimes we just need to trust that we are visible. For the moment, we don't know whether we are visible. We are just putting all our hopes that you guys see us. So whoever is live, let us know. I'm starting today the next episode of Maggie's Experts Lounge. This is quite extraordinary event that I host once a month, and I invite and introduce the experts from our Fearless, Unstoppable, Prosperous group, so that you guys can know each other. And actually, yes, now we are visible like that. And you can know exactly what everyone is doing, so that whoever is in need can directly go to the proper person. And today, my lovely guest is Norah Ginty, whom I know from some time. We have been chatting virtually from time to time, but actually we met in person about 8 months ago, I think, this winter. An absolutely gorgeous environment. It was like a British castle. For me, it was like taken scenery from Harry Potter movie. It was a VIP event where we can hug each other in person. And Nora is absolutely amazing coach. She is a hypnotherapist. Sorry for my English, but you know, guys, that this is not my first language. So again, Nora is hypnotherapist. She's also alcohol-free and lifestyle coach. And she's making an amazing job with everyone who is really fighting either addiction or fighting difficult emotions and would like to upgrade, up-level his or her life. Because you are working not only with women, right, Nora?
So it is with ladies, yeah. So I do work with women. Yeah.
Okay, but
work with men at all.
No men. No men. So exactly like majority of us, men are not included here. But I have learned that Nora is she's known for hypnotherapy, but she's also blending. Yes, we are live. I see that we are now live. She is blending her coaching style with transformational life coaching, and her services include stop smoking hypnosis package, alcohol and food management, and also the transformational package for everyone who is ready to up-level the life in all areas. Her why is really, and I love this why, is to inspire others to stand in their truth, so that the world becomes a happier and more connected place. So welcome, Nora. Today we will be talking in majority, I think, about the female emotions. We are emotional creatures, and we are brought to the world by many parents with the idea that we should be good girls and we should suppress our emotions. So when we are suppressing our emotions and we don't pay attention to them, they really need to be heard. So different kinds of addictions are born in that way. So we have heard in the comments to the invitation to this Maggie's Experts Lounge that many women are struggling with either tobacco addiction or food addiction or alcohol addiction. So we will be speaking a lot about this, but before we go into the juicy part, I would like to ask you, Nora, to tell us a little bit about your story. How did it happen that you chose to be a hypnotherapist, and how you formed your business, and how did you select women only for your
Yeah, they
clients?
selected me actually. But thank you, Maggie. That was a beautiful introduction as well. Thank you so much. I became a hypnotherapist because, as you mentioned there about women suppressing their emotions when they're growing up, that's exactly what happened to me. And when I was 14 years of age, I started drinking alcohol. I mean, before that, I was already smoking cigarettes, and it was all me, stopping the train of thoughts and acknowledging that I wasn't happy or that my needs weren't being met at that time. And it was many years later, when I was 24, as a last resort, I went to a hypnotherapist to help me to try and give up cigarettes. And I walked out of that office as a non-smoker, and I could not believe it, because I had done so many things to try and stop smoking, and patches and willpower, and it was just horrible. And I wanted to know, how did I walk out of there and just feel free of this addiction? And so I became fascinated about getting the answers to that and studying hypnotherapy and what it entailed and how did it do that to my mind. And then I decided to train in hypnotherapy. So I trained and became a clinical hypnotherapist. And during that journey, I decided to give up alcohol, because alcohol wasn't serving me either. I had always used alcohol as an emotional crutch, as opposed to just having half a glass of wine with dinner. So I knew that it wasn't serving me. And hypnotherapy, I realized, wasn't enough to support women to stop drinking the way smoking did. So through studying that, I then went on to train in life coaching, and I combined the two to design a program that supports you to stop drinking alcohol. And I went through that process myself, and that was back in about 3 years ago now. And it was definitely my own journey that brought me to do what I do now, because when I became free of smoking, I said, I want to share this with everybody. And I started off as a stop smoking hypnotherapist, and then with the alcohol. And then when the ladies became alcohol free, then they came back and were like, what now? Because their minds just opened up when they stopped hiding and accepted their emotions and accepted the space and took their power back. Then the whole world opened up. They were like, now I know what I want to do now. I want to move forward. And that's where the goal setting, the other program came in, because it's almost for graduates of my clients. So that was my story. That was how I came to do what I do now. In terms of working with women, when I began this program, it was for all adults actually, and I realized just as it evolved, that actually I just felt really connected to women, to my story, and then I just decided that it just felt good to me to serve women. And there's brilliant experts out there, males who support men, and I think maybe just because I'm a woman, but I definitely connect better to women in the programs, and also in membership groups. I think it's a much safer, and it feels more connected when it's just amazing women that are in the group.
Yeah, I think it is much better energy, and what you have just mentioned, the openness, the connection, the feeling of safety and security. Work only with women is that is what is making the difference, really. And can you tell me more about how you work with your clients?
Yeah. So it's all online work that I do. And people always say, well, how do you do hypnosis online? So, for example, alcohol program. It's 8-week program, and when we have our first consultation, it's just really like this. We're on Zoom, and we get to the nitty-gritty of what is going on. And then from that consultation afterwards, I design and record a personalized hypnosis session. I send it over to my client, and she then listens to that daily throughout the program. And we update the personalized hypnosis sessions as we go along. And all of my programs, we have daily contact. I think it's when you're working with alcohol, you need to reprogram your mind, and that is through repetition and hypnosis. So there is a lot of just diving in. So they check in every day with me on WhatsApp voice notes. They listen to the hypnosis every day. They read what we call Quitlit. There's an amazing range of books out there, all to do with quitting alcohol in an empowering way, rather than it's so disempowering, some of the programs out there, such as Alcoholics Anonymous. I know it does work for some people as well, but it would be very different how I run my alcohol freedom programs. It's very much about taking back that power rather than giving it up to something greater than yourself.
I think that's a major difference, because I never participated in that kind of program. And to be honest, my only addiction in life was eating sweets at some point, and I never dropped it by now. But what you are saying, there is an element of surrendering in it. We have to surrender our weakness. I think people don't want to even call it weakness, because I think whenever we start to speak about emotions, immediately there is this social stigma that when you are emotional, you are weak, right?
Yeah.
And people or women start to be ashamed, and they close even stronger inside. So how do you cope with the feeling of shame, of this, being close to the stigma?
I think awareness is definitely the first step, to be aware of what is happening and to acknowledge that those emotions are much more around social conditioning. It's the way we've been brought up. Somebody like me, for example, who always used alcohol from a very young age, I never learned, what do I do with my emotions if I'm not going to, drink a bottle of wine or smoke cigarettes or, do reckless things like that. And it takes vulnerability, doesn't it? It takes, you have to go on a journey of surrender and acknowledgement and opening up to that vulnerability. And it's the biggest transformational step that you can take, and also one of the most challenging, because of the social stigma and even the shame, as you say, Maggie, that we feel ourselves, to sit and with anybody and to peel off those layers and say, this is me, and this is what's going on for me right now. It's I think it's one of the bravest acts that we can take as women. It also shows young women growing up after us that this is how it's done. This vulnerability is actually one of the bravest things you can do, and not the weakest, as some people feel inside.
And vulnerability is one of the most important ingredients in the whole process, right? But we are taught to be powerful, to be strong, to speak what we think, but this is not our truth. And one thing that I have learned about you and how you work with people is that the truth is like one of your key virtues and values. You sort of re-teach women how to step into their power, being authentic, being vulnerable, and speaking their truth, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because regardless of any of the programs you know, a person who is growing, you know, whether it's stopping drinking alcohol or going for big goals and up leveling, the first thing that we all have to do is to stop hiding. You know, it's to start speaking our truth, and that hiding can come in many different forms. Procrastination is a biggie, or having an excuse. Like I went through a stage of saying, I'm just not organized. I'm just not an organized person.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just a massive block for me at the time, because I thought, well, it's not addiction and it's not, you know, it's not a real big issue. But actually, I realized that I was leaning on that excuse.
I'm a free spirit.
Yeah. I just lack organization. But actually, when I realized that, you know, we hide in so many different forms, and so subtle. That definitely is the first step, to realize, okay, where am I hiding? And if we pull off that plaster, what's going on underneath? And then when you deal with that, it's, you know, you can open up much faster. And
I think that people are really afraid, and women especially, they are afraid to pull up this plaster, because they are afraid it will be painful, it will be ugly, it will be messy. It might bring them to even darker place they are currently, you know, finding themselves. So where should they take the courage from?
I have seen with most clients, the courage comes when they get to a stage where the perceived problem is getting bigger than the journey of taking off that plaster. Okay. So they almost come to the stage where it's almost that they just can't continue on that road, you know. So if they continue, they're worried about where that journey is going to end up. So then taking the road less traveled, which is going to, you know, insist that they pull out a lot of strength from within, at least they can find that courage, because the end result begins to look a lot brighter than the end result that the path that they're currently on.
Yeah, that's it takes a gut, I think, really, to make a first step. But I think that we are all on some kind of a journey, and addiction is similar in a way, in a construct, to entrepreneurial journey, that you need to really take your steps and break your fears and just move forward, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah, that's it. And the hypnotherapy definitely helps with that as well. It speeds up the process. So it's not a long and painful process like you do envisage. Actually, when you stop an addictive pattern of behavior, you envisage this timeline of stopping and then waiting for a few weeks and then coming into the light. Whereas when you integrate hypnosis from the very first steps, you close that timeline so that you can straight away feel that freedom, feel that empowerment, and let go of the addiction and move on to what's underneath the plaster, because
let's talk.
What it is.
I'm really interested in the hypnosis itself, and to tell you the truth, quite recently I watched on Netflix the series called Freud. So, and I read a book with his biography. So I imagine that hypnosis these days has changed from 19th century, where Freud was trying to cure mostly female emotions, called hysteria at that time. Can you tell us more about how it works? Maybe we can experience something together.
Sure, yeah. Hypnosis, fundamentally, it is about accessing the subconscious mind and giving it suggestions to make change fast. So all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. So, and you have stage hypnosis, and then you have hypnotherapy. So one is much more dominant, and it is used sometimes in personal, you know, business practices as well. But it's not something I use. I give the power to the client, and I give them that empowerment, and I guide them through the process. But ultimately, they're doing the process themselves.
So you don't put them sleep, like sleep.
No, now you can. So that's an instant induction. That's called an instant induction. So when you have a consultation with a client, you find out what methods they like. So, for example, if somebody had a traumatic past, you wouldn't use that instant induction with them, because you would need to build the know, like, and trust factor with them. So I tend, that actually the instant inductions work better with males. And I have used it with males and it works quite well. I find with most women, if not all, that the relaxed inductions work much better, because and we are powerful beings as well. We can guide ourselves down into the subconscious and open up the conscious mind. And once you do that, once you open up that barrier, you can feed your mind whatever you want. The same as when we were babies, when we had no choice, but we were given all of ourselves.
And we believe everything then. Exactly.
That's exactly how it works. The mind will believe it.
Okay. Can you show us a little bit of this process that you do with your clients?
Absolutely. And we could do maybe around a 10-minute relaxation hypnosis. So what I will do, I'll do the induction that I speak about there, and I will do a little deepener. So it's just to really bring yourself down into a trance, which is just opening up your subconscious mind more. And I will pop in some suggestions there, and that will help us. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just put you on the screen like this.
Okay. So obviously, if anybody's listened to this, if they're driving in a car, operating machinery, then it's hypnotic nature, and don't do that.
Yes, we have people watching. I see that Nora is here and Kim is here. So
lovely. Okay, so you can get yourselves nice and comfortable, and ideally in a place where you won't be disturbed, so that you can let go of everything that's in the outside world for just a few minutes, and you can close down your eyes. And as you begin to relax, you can hold yourself up with a real minimum of effort. Just relax all your muscles and become aware of your breathing. And you're not changing your breath in any way, although your breathing may change all by itself. Maybe beginning to breathe slower and deeper, all by itself. Or maybe taking a deep breath and letting it out, all by itself. And all your conscious mind has to do right now is be aware of your breathing as it flows in and out. And any time you may feel your attention wandering, just gently bring it back to focus on your breath. And because now you're more relaxed, you may notice certain pleasant sensations. You notice things that you usually overlook, like the way the cool air flows over your upper lip as you breathe in. And it will feel warmer as you breathe out. And I wonder if your attention can follow each in-breath a little bit deeper down each time. A little bit deeper down. until pretty soon your attention can follow each breath all the way deep down inside. This wave of relaxation spreads down your neck and shoulders. Relaxed. All the tension leaves your shoulders as they drop in the relaxation. And all the way down your arms, right to your fingertips. You may feel a tingling sensation in your fingertips as your arms grow as heavy as lead. And you soon become aware of a peaceful feeling growing inside. A feeling of contentment and calmness. And as you feel every muscle in your chest and stomach become limp, heavy, loose, limp, relax. And all the muscles in your back relaxing now. Almost like a mental massage. Traveling all the way down your spine. The muscles become freer and relaxed. And as you drift down deeper and deeper, and let this wave of relaxation spread all the way through your body, down your legs. So that you're completely relaxed from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And as the outside world fades more into the background, as you begin the journey into your own inner world that you can go to through relaxation, you continue to let go. Deeply relaxed, letting go. And I want you to imagine in this relaxed state, imagine standing in front of an old-fashioned blackboard. You have a piece of chalk in one hand and an eraser in the other. That's good. At the moment, the blackboard is clear. What I would like you to do is to take the chalk and draw on the blackboard number 10. See the 1 and the 0, number 10. Where you can see the number 10, I want you to take the eraser and rub it out. Rub out the number 10 so that the blackboard is clear once more. And when it's clear once more, I want you to take the piece of chalk In the top right hand corner of the blackboard, I would like you to write the word relaxed. And see the R, the E, L, A, X, E, D. Notice the size of the word. And see it there. And then I want you to take the eraser and wipe it away. Just wipe it away. Now when the board is clear, I want you to take the chalk and draw the number 9. Number 9 on the blackboard. And when you can see the number 9, and only when you can see the number 9, I want you to take the eraser and rub it out. Rub out the number 9 so the blackboard is clear once more. When the blackboard is clear once more, I want you to take the piece of chalk in the top right hand corner of the blackboard. I would like you to write the word relaxed. See the R, E, L, A, X, E, D. Notice the size of the word and the formation of the letters. And find yourself becoming even more comfortable, much more relaxed. Now when the board is clear, and only when the board is clear, I want you to take the chalk and draw the number 8. And when you can see it, take the eraser and rub it out. But the blackboard is clear once more. And I want you to continue in this manner. First of all, drawing the number 10, wiping it away. Then when the board is clear, and only when the board is clear, do you write on it the word relaxed. And each time you wipe away the word relaxed, you find yourself drifting deeper and deeper into a warm and sleepy sort of feeling. A very relaxed and a very comfortable sort of feeling, deeper and deeper relaxed. So I want you to begin now with the number 10. And as you do this, I'm going to be talking directly to your subconscious mind. But you don't even need to listen to me, because your subconscious mind will hear everything that it needs to hear. And you will find that after just a short while, the board and the numbers and words will simply fall out of your mind. Just as the dust from the chalk falls away from the blackboard when you wipe them away, you won't want or be able to draw the numbers or write the letters, as you become so very deeply relaxed and comfortable, sleepy, safe, warm, relaxed, and focus completely on the sound of my voice. And the following suggestions that I will feed to your subconscious mind when you're in this hypnotic state, you can simply agree with my words, and so they will be. Repeat in your mind. I am fearless. I am unstoppable. Every day, in every way, I become better I'm better. I listen to my intuition. My body knows how to heal itself. I step into my power more and more every day. I am strong. I'm powerful. I'm unique. I am me. I love and accept all aspects of myself. And the more you listen to these suggestions in this relaxed state of mind, the more your mind will believe and move forward in the manner suggested. Enjoy this relaxed state for another couple of moments before I guide you back to full awareness. So I'm just going to begin to count from 1 to 5. And as I count from 1 to 5, you can begin to come back to full awareness, feeling refreshed and relaxed, re-energized. 1, 2, begin to move your arms and legs, your body. 3, and aware of outside noises and your environment that you're in. 4, maybe beginning to open your eyes, have a good stretch. And 5, eyes open, feeling re-energized, revitalized and ready for the rest of the beautiful day ahead. That was lovely.
Thank you. I think you put everybody in trance. I feel my back was very warm, and also the front of my head. I don't know what it means, but I feel like my temperature, full body temperature, has risen. So
yeah. That is very suggestive that you were entering the trance quite easily. And you know, women that work on their personal development already, that guide into meditation, visualization, hypnosis can be a great tool for them, because you've put a lot of the work in already. We're much more open to the suggestions that are given to us.
All right. Okay. I see that ladies were having some questions regarding particular addictions, and maybe we can just spend a few minutes discussing that. They were asking about smoking addiction and food addiction. What would be the first steps actually what would be smart, to do when somebody would like to get rid of those addictions?
I think the very first thing to note when you want to stop any addiction is to make a decision, because you would not believe how many people say they want to give up smoking when actually in their mind they're like, well, actually, do I want to give up smoking? I really enjoy some aspect of it. So it's making a decision, and then taking empowering steps towards it. So that means not trying to make change using willpower. So for example, with the stop smoking, I designed a package. It's 4 recordings that the client works through at their own pace, and it combines the hypnosis and law of attraction. So it's really empowering the individual for change. And you don't actually stop smoking until the very last CD. or it's not a CD, it's an MP3. So you don't stop smoking until the very last one. So you move through that process, you move your mind through the process before you physically on recording 4 say, I'm done now. And it's your mind that makes it easy or makes it difficult. So by the time you get to that step, the process is much simpler, because actually the addiction itself is very, very mild. And I know, again, we're programmed to believe that smoking addiction is horrific and withdrawals are horrific, but actually they're very mild. If you look at it logistically, it's as challenging or as easy as we make it from here.
Exactly, everything is in the head, so there is nothing to be scared of, actually. Where women can find you if they would like to start this journey and to make the first, steps with you, where they should put their eyes to?
So if somebody's interested in stopping smoking, there's more information on my website, which is noraginty.com, and it's /stop-smoking, and there's a lot of information on there, and it's very low cost package, and it's very successful if somebody's wanting to give up smoking. But for food and alcohol or other big changes, it would be a great idea to book in for a call to have a chat about what the client's needs might be, or just to build a relationship further. I have a group, Dream Catchers, here on Facebook, and it's an amazing bunch of males and females, actually, in that free group, that we're all moving forward and we're all working towards removing those barriers that keep us hiding or keep us, from up-leveling. And it's a beautiful space.
Yeah, it's an amazing space. I know the Dream Catchers, and I know that the group is developing very, very nicely. We will give you all the links to the group and to your website under this thread. So thank you for that. And maybe the last words of wisdom to fearless, unstoppable, and prosperous people searching, hanging out in this group.
What I would say to anybody that feels that they need words of wisdom, or they're not sure what their next steps might be, it would be to sit in silence for just a couple of minutes. Make a decision. I'm not sure what I want, or I'm not sure what my next steps are, but I am going to commit to sitting with myself for a couple of minutes for the next week, and you'll be given the answers. If you sit with yourself and you allow your mind in that silence to open up to the suggestions that will be given to you, your intuition will guide you on what your next step should be. And those answers come really loud and really clear. It's just that sometimes we don't accept them, or sometimes we don't want to accept them, or sometimes we just refuse to sit in that silence because we know, once we get the guidance that, there's no more hiding, then you're either going to follow it or you're not. But definitely, I think we don't sit with ourselves enough, and we don't listen to ourselves enough. And actually, we are the most important people in our lives, so we really need to listen to number one first.
Yeah, that's very. I share that vision as well, and what I see is that even listening is not that hard. However, people don't really give them enough time for listening. What is difficult is acting on that guidance that that you receive, because sometimes the guidance seem not to either make any sense. Or it is simply scary. However, when you are really acting on that and you make the first steps, this is where the real courage is growing. So thank you very much, Nora, for being here with me, for the lovely presentation, for the relaxation of a day. I think that we will give the links to your website and your group, so that women can find you. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Maggie's Expert Launch next month. And I wish you absolutely fabulous rest of a week and rest of a day today. That was Maggie, your fearless marketing coach. Bye now.
Bye-bye.